she say? What you say? Oh, that you only meant well.
Broadcasting live from the Complete College Prospect Studio in Sin City. Heard around the world, discussing everything that is high school sports, is the Who's Up Next podcast.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to the Who's Up Next show. It's your boy, the big fella. Let's talk about it, man. Hey, again, I'm always going to start by saying, like, if for some reason you see that your screen is frozen, just click out, click back into the show. It'll fix it. We had that problem like 2 weeks ago. It's something with the company we use, that I use. Hopefully they fix that. But we're going to get on to a great show. We got a lot to cover. A lot of athletes on this week's show. We picked up a new sponsor, a new partner out of Oklahoma that gave us a couple athletes that we definitely wanted to showcase. If you are a brand that would, you report on sports in your city, you're a booster, a fan, whatever it is, and you like to talk about the athletes out of your city, out of your state, hit us up. Get a message over to CC Prospects 23 on X. Hit up the Who's Up Next show, either at the Who's Up Next show website or the Who's Up Next show at Gmail. That way we'll bring you in, add you to our brand reps as far as a partner, and we'll get information from you about your state, get athletes up as well. You know how I like to start it now. You know what I'm saying? Now it's your boy going solo dolo. It's all about the truth here. Here we go.
If you tell the truth, you're going to ruffle feathers. If you tell the truth, you'll lose your job. If you tell the truth, people think you're a bad guy. The truth is the problem that people have in society. I like to see the reaction to the truth.
And that's it, man. That's what you're going to get here on the show. That's it. Like there are some topics we're going to discuss today when it comes to the NCAA. And some changes that have now been made that I know some parents are going to be like, he didn't have to tell the athletes about this, but I did. I got to tell the athletes, I got to tell the parents, I got to tell anybody else that's listening. That way, when your kid gets there, you are not surprised by the environment or the things that are okay, and then feel and be thinking about when you went to school, or be thinking about when your grandparents went to school, or whatever. Like it's a different world. Different things are acceptable, and we just got to rock with it. This is the thing about the NCAA and college. For the most part, it's private business, so it's not like you can vote on it. You don't have any say so in it. They're going to do what they want to do, and it's not me. These are the rules that they've changed, and you just got to roll with it. All right, man, we got a couple new commercials, you know what I'm saying? A couple new app for the rest of the CCP fam that's been added on. Let's see where we should start, man. I know where I want to start. Is everybody back to the show? Like, let me know if you see anything. I know it froze. It's this company. We're definitely going to get rid of them. Is there everybody back? All right, great. Happy to hear that everybody's back. It's the nonsense that happens. This is part of the business. I could pre-record this show, but then it wouldn't be as interesting with everybody communicating with everybody. Let's see. All right, cool. Happy to hear it. I don't pre-record the show, so we're gonna have technical difficulties. It sucks when these things happen. Hopefully you guys are still here. For everybody that is, we appreciate you. Let's just keep this thing moving. Like I was saying, though, there's a young lady. She's a softball pitcher, a wrestler. We had her on the show a while back. I was just talking about her last week. She got something amazing, so I definitely want to make sure that she was put on the show. It's not just about what you do in your sport. It's about what you do everywhere. So wanted to recognize Dee Krebs. She got a leadership award for things she does in our community, the type of human being that she is. That's going to go a long way when it comes to her recruiting. And so I just wanted everyone to be able to have a moment to recognize her. Again, her mother is truly supportive of her. She's great. She works hard, and she's just amazing. She was in the highlight series last week. That's for Dee Krebs. Shout out to you. Keep doing what you do. I know that your future is just going to be bright, and I can't wait to watch everything that you do. Let's see. What else we got? Let's get into, you know what? We have so many athletes. Let's go ahead and jump into, we have so many athletes on today's show. So let's go ahead and jump into the first athlete. We're going to go ahead and get into Darnell Harris. I swear that's his last name. Plays basketball, great young man. He's come a long way since the first time he sent his film over to CCP. He's definitely shown some growth in his talent. He's a lockdown defensive guy on the court. Finally been able to he's dunking now and doing some other things. So definitely want to make sure we put him out there in order to help him get the exposure that he needs. He's a CCP athlete. And so once we got it over here at the show, we thought it would be great to put him on a highlight series. So let's check him out.
California, rescue me. I've been so low, I've been weak. It's too long since I've had peace. Well, California, rescue me. In a meditative state, feeling great in the south of it. Medicated weight, think I need another ounce of a child of the sun and the son of the sea. Salt water when I bleed, see errors when I dream. What a day, what a day, what a day now. Living like a weekend in the middle of the wave out. What you say, what you say, what you say now. Never gonna leave her down. California, rescue me. I've been so low, I've been weak. It's too long since I've had peace. Well, California, rescue me.
Darnell Morris. My bad, Darnell, man. Hey, great video. I'm excited to see, we'll definitely put you back on the show when you start your season and we get some of your game film. If any of it comes over to me, it's definitely going to make it on the show. Definitely want to make sure the young man gets seen. Again, Darnell Morris, I swear he's out of Louisiana. Don't quote me on that, but you can catch him over on X. Again, Darnell Morris, follow the kid. He's going to be a great athlete. Let's see. Let's jump into, before we get into some of the other video, there's some things I want to cover. Here's the information that the big thing that I know parents are going to have a problem with, that there's nothing that we could do about it. We're just going to put it up and let it marinate a little bit. while everybody figures out what to do with that information. So here we go, man. Again, don't blame the messenger. It's what it is. So when it comes to these NIL deals, you know that the way that they work, a brand comes to you and says, hey, or to your school says, we love to have you as your name, image, and likeness. A bunch of you just saw college day 25 has all the athletes on it. Everybody got paid. There was always a list of things that you could not use your name, image, and likeness if you were a college athlete. One of those things has now come off the board, and those companies, colleges have decided to no longer test for marijuana. That is what it is. Colleges will no longer test for marijuana. They think that they believe it's going on in the pros as well. Like, it's one of those things where it's legalized enough places that they don't feel like that's the thing that they should have to do. And so let's see. Yeah. Don't be surprised, mate. They're no longer tested for marijuana. But the one thing I will say is it puts them now on the table for NIL deals. So here we go. NCAA lifts cannabis ban. So we will be seeing NIL weed partnerships. That's just a no-brainer. That's where that's going. Parents, wrap your head around it. You know, I'd hate for your kid to come back home and for you to all of a sudden decide that they can't represent that brand. You're right, money all day, every day. I know that if they come to my kid, I'm gonna let them do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna discriminate about, it's not porn. Like, I wouldn't let my son use NIL for something like that. Like, I wouldn't let him be the commercial for something like that. But if it's the marijuana industry and it's legal for them to be billionaires selling it, then I would allow my son to be the face of it. If his school allows it, why would I not? I guess that's on a case-by-case basis. But remember, at the time that they're not going to come to the kids that are in high school. So if they come to your kid in college, your kid's 18, that may cause some confusion between families. But just understand, there will not be UAs for weed anymore. That's done. If my son had to use scripts for pain or use marijuana, I would choose marijuana first. Painkillers are addicting. Weed is not. Again, I agree. I want to do all the debate stuff, but I agree. I just want to make people aware. That's what the Who's Up Next show is about. Again, I don't shoot the messenger. I just want to make people aware of the changes with the NCAA. So some of you might find out that, you know, your kids are now not only under the pressure of alcohol, which is a thing. Like, don't let these schools lie to you. The pressure of alcohol, now those certain substances might be a pressure as well. I would be lying if I said steroids wasn't a pressure. Honestly, I had a young man come to me. Well, a young man that I trained told me that he didn't just tell me, he shot me pictures of the steroids that his high school coaches wanted him to take to prepare for his college scholarship. And you know, let me just be upfront about the advice that I gave the young man. It's the young man's choice. If you're in high school and below, I'm going to tell you don't do it. There's no reason for you to do it. Of course. But once you get to college and above, you have to be able to live with it. So if they decide to take steroids, I'm basically one of those people that is like, it's your choice if you can live with the decision to do it, if people find out, whatever. So again, NIL's lifting this marijuana ban. So NIL deals are definitely coming, big money. Look, at the same time, some fields, no coach should ever suggest someone take steroids. That's being super naive. I'm sorry. That's extremely naive because that's just not how that works out. But again, it's hopefully these young men and women are talking to their parents, and they have a good enough relationship that they could go to someone. They're not just making these decisions on their own. Even when it comes to these NIL deals, not every NIL deal is going to be something that you might want to do. I don't know. Again, it's all on the basis of what you and your family believe. Where does the money stop, and you decide that just for your family, your thing, it's not the thing for you. And then you could go from there. Let's see. NIL and influencers. Okay. Let's not get into that one yet. Let's go ahead and shoot out to this next video, and then I'm gonna get into that, because we have a lot of athletes. So the next athlete we got up is a kid named Blake, another basketball player. The young man is young. I don't even think he's hit varsity yet, but his video was cool. What I liked about Blake is he's a hard worker, right? When the video came, that was the first thing that I noticed. He's a hard worker. He definitely got to work on some things, but the potential is definitely there. And so the show's not just for the greatest. It's not just for the people that are out there being the best athlete. I think he still has 2 years in high school. He's definitely going to be, like, if he keeps doing what he's doing right now, he's going to school somewhere for sure. The guy takes charges, like, you know what I'm saying? He's blocking shots. He's taking charges. He's mid-range game is nice. Got a nice J. But the most important thing was it's rare that you see these young men understand the technical difficulties of basketball. So when I saw him, like I said, 2 charges, some really solid blocks, I definitely knew the video had to go up. So let's look at Blake.
In that old Silverado, made love in that old Silverado. Wait, in that old Silverado, wait. On the back road, smoking on gelato. Bitches, blunts, beers, yeah, that's the motto. She didn't wanna wait, told me jam on the throttle, hey. Made love in that old Silverado, road, smoking on gelato. Bitches, blunts, beers, yeah, that's the motto. She didn't wanna wait, told me jam on the throttle, hey, hey. Made love in that old Silverado. Times I won't tell you 3. Grew up single mother and I lived by the sea. Mama always said don't be afraid to dream. So I started writing rhymes, who would have thought what I could be. Fell in love as a young boy, she was pretty as they come. Dirty blonde hair, she was kissed by the sun. Met her at the bonfire, had a little fun. But she was something special, she wasn't a hit and run. I rode this backwood for me and you. Hot box in the Chevy on 42. Smoking turns around, man, who would have knew? I wish you could have seen things from my point of view. On the back road, smoking on gelato. Bitches, blunts, beers, yeah, that's the motto. She didn't wanna wait, told me jam on the throttle, hey. Made love in that old Silverado.
Yo, see what I'm saying? Blake is different, right? One, he's a hustler. Back up and down the field, back up and down the court. He's never like just being lazy. I love that. I truly love that. And those charges, man. Again, I love a kid that's willing to get in there, give that body up, and take the charge, help his team. I got real high hopes for the film that's going to be coming from Blake. So I'm sure you'll see him on the show again, definitely when I start putting up interviews, things like that. So I'm sure that's a kid that I'm definitely going to speak to. Let's see, what else? Let's get into, well, let's hit that first CCP commercial.
I can't breathe. 999. Waiting for the exhale. I toss my pain with my wishes in a wishing well. I can't breathe. I'm waiting for the exhale. Toss my pain with my wishes in a wishing well. Still no luck, but oh well. I still try even though I know I'm gon' fail. Stress on my shoulders like an anvil. Perky got me itching like an anthill. Drugs killing me softly, Lord hell. Sometimes I don't know how to feel.
Welcome back. We have some comments. Hey, Blake, thank you, bro. Thank you for getting the video out there. Just keep doing what you do. You're definitely going to be back. Can't wait to see what you do in your next season. Hopefully you definitely playing AAU during the summer. Basketball is different. You got to be playing that all year round. It's not like, baseball, softball, football, soccer, everybody play all year round. You just got to keep doing what you do, man. Perfect that craft. Keep hustling, keep grinding. And I'm watching over here at the Who's Up Next show for sure. The big fella's looking for you, bro. Let's see. Yeah. No, my man is good. You know what I'm saying? My man is good. I love it. I love the hustle. I'm definitely hoping to see him, when it comes to moving his way up towards that 5-star when it's time. Like I said, there's not a lot I can say, man. Look, you never know who's looking at your film. You never know where, when it's going to be found. There's other things that when I choose to put something on this show, I'm looking for other things too. I'm watching how you are with your teammates. I'm not just watching your highlights. I'm watching when things like if somebody doesn't have a block for you in football, you get a hard hit. If you start whatever, if you're the kind of person that put your head down when you mess up, like I'm going to go watch all your video. I'm not going to just watch the highlight stuff that I put together for you. Right. So when I'm looking, I'm watching everything. And if you have a bad personality, I'm just not going to put you on the show. I'm a strong believer in that. Right. So when you see a kid on here, they might not be at their peak yet. At least I hope not, because they have so much life left. So they need to keep hustling, keep grinding to get where they're going. And I just want to be on that journey of showcasing them and make sure everybody gets a chance to see them. But I'm definitely looking at everything else too. And hey, you better believe I will go through your social media as well. And if I see, if I just see that if you're just not a good person, man, like I'm not going to put you on the show. And I don't know what to say as a judge of whether you're a good person. There's things that I'm looking for sure. Cockiness, I don't think makes you a bad person. But not knowing that your social media is a business will definitely be a red flag for me. If I see nonsense with you and your boys, you and your girls on there, I'm probably going to pass on that. Because I know that you're going to get kicked in the butt later by colleges and everybody else for the things that are on your social media. So I'm probably not going to put you on the show. There's no reason for me to put a spotlight on it. So just take those things into consideration. When I go out there and I'm looking for the videos or I get them from Complete College Prospect, I'm definitely looking for those young men and women that are just animals about getting where they're going. Definite animals about getting where they're going. That's it. Like I said, good people, good students, good athletes. I'm all in. There's nothing to be said about that. I'm gonna put you on the show, whether you at the top of high school, the top of youth, on your way up, whatever it is, I'm gonna put you on because you deserve to be put on. Sometimes just getting that little bit of acknowledgement is the difference between an athlete excelling at what they do or feeling like they're being left behind by the world. And I get it. It's huge out there. I'm telling you, the business is there, man. I'm not even going to go into the numbers of how many athletes there are from high school to youth because it's insane. And if I tell you, you'll feel swallowed up as an athlete, like it's just too much. But the odds are against athletes getting exposure and being seen because there's just too many of you. And so the Who's Up Next show going to make sure that we get you in, man. That's it. So, hey, and don't look. Somebody can send me your name. We had that happen. Somebody can send me your film. We've had that happen. You can get it over to Complete College Prospect. I've had that happen. Whatever it is, and I'll take a look at it. But for the most part, I'm in your social media, man. I'm on your X. I'm looking, and I'm just trying to see who I can find out there, and I'm showcasing. I don't care if you in dance. I don't care if you in esports, but the film better be good. We stream on Twitch, so if whatever you do, I'm gonna showcase it. If you in band, look, I'm not gonna lie, right? There's some people watching this show right now that know I clowned band this last year, right? But then I really heard, I talked to a person that has been in it most of their life. They explained everything to me, and when I re-looked at band, I understood how tough that thing is. Those are athletes too. So if I see great film, I'm putting you on. I'm putting you on. And there you go. All right, man. So let's go. Hey, wanted to shout out to the Paseo Verde baseball team out here in Las Vegas. The 9 to 11-year-old team. They're the Nevada State champs. Shout out to their coach, Coach Mike Fairweather, assistant coaches Garrett Smith and Brian Grigorich. I hope I said that right, man. Congratulations. Proud of y'all. Keep doing what you do. I had gotten word about coming out to your game maybe a couple weeks ago, and I couldn't get there. But hopefully, during the season or next season, I'll be able to shoot out to the show, to your game and, get some video talking to you guys. But again, congratulations. Big ups to you. Proud of everything y'all doing. Keep up the good work, man. Let's go. For video, let's go to, man, I got some gems in here, man. Some gems in here. So I'm going to put up this kid, Juju, right? Y'all just check him out and tell me what you think.
Yeah. I've been blind for a while now. I just got the key, they let me in, no ID. Doors opening up for me and now I see. I've been blind for a while now. I've been blind for a while now. I've been blind. Hey! Every single goddamn day, nigga think he next to Dicky, next to who? Tomato, mustard, mayonnaise. Nigga better catch it. They put in my head too hard for me to learn my lesson. My head too goddamn hard. The way I did it worked out fine. Ooh, God, you blessed. Hey, man, probably ain't believe me. No, a nigga went through hell and back. Now he finally on the TV. Now nigga don't even give a fuck no more. Probably think it's easy. Let you know it ain't easy. I fuck her like a bathing ape. She run from the dick like a cheetah. Go! Two-tone, that be watch on. Never see music for a clock. I see the way he fucking up the charts. I wonder is he ever gonna stop? And he charge 150 for the verses now. Pay it away, never ever drop. They notice that the nigga music versatile. Wonder if he ever gonna pop. Go! I just got the key, they let me in. No ID. Doors opening up for me and now I see. I've been blind for a while now. I've been blind for a while now. Let's go! I just got the key, they let me in. No ID. Doors opening up for me and now I see. I've been blind for a while now. I've been blind for a while now.
Yo, y'all saw my man chase that dude down across the field on that last play, right? Quarterback thought he was out, man. He's a nightmare. Julian is a nightmare. It's that simple. It's that simple, man. The kid is a nightmare. It seems to be something with the name, right? So you got Julian, you know what I'm saying? You got Julian out in Florida doing big things, Juju. You got this Julian killing the game, you know what I'm saying? And the kid is young. There's so much more, right? Then I know a young man that is in my stable of athletes that when he hit high school, just remember you heard it here first. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna definitely see film of him when he's back on the field. But my man is nice. You know what I'm saying? Still got to gain some experience, but just mark my words. You'll know when I put my guy up. You know what I'm saying? You'll know. But Julian, you know who you are, man. All right. Let's go. Let's get back to this. Let's go ahead and talk about the NIL and the influencer thing. Look, you've heard me say it, right? So the question is, how partnerships between athletes and brands are beginning to resemble influencer deals? You have heard me say on the show plenty of time, your social media is important, right? We got to stop arguing with these kids about having social media. You got to start young. Your followers matter. What you put up matters. This is your brand. Again, I know that goes against what a lot of people have known and believe in from the past. But this is a different day, a different age. Some of you allow your kids to go outside looking like bums. Really can't do that. I know you don't allow it. It's almost like what can we do when they're at a certain age? But the truth of the matter is we got to do something, because their image is the thing that these companies are out here paying them for, right? we need to make sure that they're not running around in their pajamas, you know what I'm saying, going to school in pajamas. You don't know who's going to show up, and you don't know when. And it starts young. Baby Gronk ain't even in high school, yet he was in a Super Bowl commercial. You understand? Like, that's what I'm like, that's the thing, right? That's the thing. There's a lot of young athletes that are getting these commercials up front. You know what I'm saying? Like, they getting these commercials, these different things early on, depending on their state. And so your kid is a walking billboard for their brand. And it's important that you make sure that brand is always always out there for show, right? They got to be on social media. They don't have a choice. Now, let's keep it real. They don't have to be on Snapchat. They should have TikTok. They should have Instagram. They definitely should have X. X is where all business is done. You heard, I'm going to keep beating it down every week. Facebook is dead. Obviously, they shouldn't be on dating sites and nonsense like that, because that's not social media. But they really need to start building out their brands. They really need to start getting out their name, image, and likeness in general, so that people can start to choose them. That's what you want. That's the success for your kid. And now I'm going to show you why, right? So the next thing that we got up here is this. Like, this is almost sad, but it's the reality of what's going on today in the NFL, and it will adjust, you know what I'm saying, obviously. But as it stands right now, this article just came out. The top 25 college quarterbacks are projected to out-earn half of NFL quarterbacks by 2025. I'm gonna let that sit right there. Everybody don't rush out and try to make your kid a quarterback. There's other positions, you know what I'm saying? Plus, some of them, let's be real, they're just not going to be QBs. But this is what you need to understand, that, you know what I'm saying, the top 25 college quarterbacks will soon eclipse $1.3 million in annual earnings. That means that these kids are going to be making so much money that they will be out earning the league minimum guys in the NFL. So the quarterbacks that not first rounders, second rounders, things like that, but the league minimum guys, they're definitely going to be out earning them. Hell, they're going to be out earning some third rounders too. You know what I'm saying? So this is the type of money we're talking about. And then we're just talking about by 2025. You know what I'm saying? Like, by 2025, some of the top earners in high school sports for QBs are going to out earn NFL guys. Again, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what's out there, what's going on. So if your kid is walking, or if your kid can't speak on camera and he plays quarterback, or he plays running back or receiver or linebacker, but they cannot speak, your kid is, it's not going to go all right. It's not going to be all right. Like, if your kid, I'm just telling you, if your kid is running around here, let's see, just got to keep their heads right. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? If your kid is running around here, you know what I'm saying, pants sagging, whatever, it's probably not going to work out right. Like again, don't blame me. You know what I'm saying? Like don't blame me, blame life, right? If your kid can't read, and I hate that I even have to say that in this day and age, but if your kid can't read, that's probably going to be a problem. If your kid is super shy, that's probably going to be a problem. We got to work on these things. You know what I'm saying? We have to work on these things with our kids, because that's where it is. So you heard it here. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just heard it here, right? The top 25 quarterbacks as of 2025 will be earning more money than some quarterbacks, the bottom half of quarterbacks in the NFL. For you athletes that are on your way to college, I keep saying it. I want to continue to say it. Some of y'all's commitments are going to fall through because some kids are going to choose not to go to school. You do realize that you can declare for the draft and see where you might fall, and then say no and come back to school. So there's going to be guys that declare for the NFL draft, the NBA draft, that are going to make a decision and say, you know what, I'm just going to stay in school for another year, get everything up, plus I'm going to get paid. And they're not going to go anywhere. So some of those scholarships that are predicted to be open are not going to be available. It's that simple. Again, don't shoot the messenger. It is what it is, man. Let's go on over here. This next kid, Harrison. So this is one of the kids that was sent to me from Northeast Oklahoma Sports, which is now a partner of Complete College Prospect. When I saw the film, I was like, yo, absolutely. Put word out that I'm going to put him on the show. Again, I'll let y'all see the film. Y'all tell me what y'all think. The sad part is Northeast Oklahoma Sports sent it to Complete College Prospects because this young man, the two young men from out there were being overlooked. And one of the kids from Texas and one kid's from Oklahoma, right? And if this company had not put out their information, they wouldn't be getting this exposure. This is what I'm telling you. It's important that you make some connections because they're super talented and they are not being seen.
It's just an old dirty Chevy riding. Don't say nothing, get inside it. Everybody know about me. They just trying to keep me silent. Pressing pause and try to stop me. Wish you would, I highly doubt it. Truck on Willie Nelson, bitch, so high you had to climb about it. Keep that door and open up. Don't play that hand, I know you bluff. You tapping out, we Cobra clutch. Tie one on you, sober up. That diesel burn, come soak it up. You smell that gas, you know it's us. One hit is lightning noble. By the time it ends, you be choking up. I'm about to knock 'em down. I'm about to pull the trigger. Feeling like I'm Al Collins. You know I roll with killers. Semi-auto, empty bottles. Drinking like there's no tomorrow. Chevy truck, I push the throttle. Turn around. You see me roll up in that Chevrolet. That bottom muddy like the Everglades. You thinking different, we could set 'em straight. I tell 'em fill up the gas. It's time to go get a bag. You see I'm always on the go. You wanna ride and let me know. That Chevy knocking riding slow. I'm on it though. I'm on it though. You see me rolling in that Chevrolet. That bottom buddy like that.
Look, I'll wait while y'all tell me why this young man is not getting the notice that he deserves, right? That everything on video says that this young man should have offers, that colleges should be beating down the door. I mean, he's not playing at a low level. He's a varsity level guy doing his thing. And he's still not being seen. This is what I'm telling you. Look, Hey man, hopefully this thing is back up. It's something I don't even know what to say about the feed. Hopefully you guys are back on here and you can hear everything. Let me know if you can hear. Something is going on out here with this signal, so hopefully everything is cool. All right, cool. Appreciate you. We're just gonna keep it trucking. Anyway, back to what I was saying. You're not gonna get found. You know what I'm saying? Like, sadly, I hate that it works that way. I hate that it works that way, but it's just the way that it is. So it's important to make connections, important to do the things you need to do to get that information out there, to make sure that you're being seen. It takes more effort than just what you do in your sport and what you do in the classroom. This is why it's important to brand. And if you can start to think of it as a business, then you'll definitely start to do more things that are important when it comes to getting seen and being out there. Again, I hate that it's that way, but it just is what it is. Sadly, it is what it is. You have to do what you have to do. This next kid is out of Australia. Cooper he plays on the Australian under-18 team. He just reopened. He just reclassed. He was supposed to graduate 2024. He got a reclass to 2025. He had a scholarship out in California, but he passed on that because it wasn't what he was looking for. Great business decision, my guy. Sometimes you got to be willing to stay back in order to move forward. So I'm not mad at that decision at all. Basketball player, watch his film. Again, Cooper, Australian, under-18 team, amazing kid.
Saw me walking in about a mile away. Bing just had to stick her phone and I just took her smile away. She said I'm too drunk and crazy, she don't like the way I dance. I said you don't have to join in, she said she'd take a chance. I've been kinda crazy ever since they went down. I got kinda lost and baby, that's what I found. Girls like you just wanna take me around and around. Oh, there's two things that you're gonna find out. They don't love you and they only love you right now. If I smarter, I'd have stayed my ass at home and leave them Broadway girls alone. Broadway girls alone.
Oh, church. Hop in the ride with a couple of baddies, hollering howdy while we riding past. We on the strip, but ain't paying no tab. Security thinks that he mobbing like cash. Tennessee locally making the cut. One on the truck cause I play in the ruts. Mouth bigger than I ran new tour bus. And the guap in my pocket I made myself. Big bell buckle on the strip where the pearl snap. I'm the woman that she's sitting in my lap. I ain't tripping, I was born here and it's my throne. And let me take you home.
There's two things that you're gonna find out. They don't love you and they
Hey, all you American hoopers, listen, man, obviously you already know they ball all over the world, right? They're hooping all over the world. Football, same thing, man. There's kids out in Germany, Africa, other places. They're doing the thing. The sports are spread out. Soccer, I don't even have to tell you. You already know how that thing works. Baseball, same thing. Softball, same thing. You already notice everything is global now. Nothing is just the United States, right? So that's what I mean by the competition is stiff, man. So just make sure that you got great film. Try to get some of these young, as we move down after Cooper, get down to like Victoria, King, you're going to see two sets of film where it's really, really good. The parents really got in there, got great film. So it's easy to put it on something like this and showcase them. And so just make sure you're doing that same kind of thing so that you have great film out there. Let's go ahead and get into Victoria. Victoria, I hope I'm saying your last name right, Delator, soccer player. Look, she has great ball placement when it comes to getting the ball to her strikers so that they can score. She could get in there and score, but she's willing to bang. She puts that body on the line. She's an amazing, her branding is excellent. The only other person I've seen brand like her was a kid named Ethan Manzella, which we had on the show. You'll see what I'm saying, but her branding is excellent. You go out, you can see what her and her family does when it comes to her branding and everything. Oh, and the Beast, the same thing, branding. She's amazing with it. This young woman she's just amazing, man. But when you see how much she puts her body on the line to get the score or to get the ball to her teammates, her dribbling is great, everything. So let's see it.
Got me wide open, got a 45 on him, and he pushing about 102. Always smoking something, he ain't worried about nothing, cause he ain't got nothing to lose. I got a thing for the hard lick on ice, short days and long nights, Marlboros at the window, middle finger to the sky. Say you wanna get dangerous, now you speaking my language. I forgot what your name is, so I'ma call you mine. I'ma call you mine. Got me wide open, got a 45 on him, and he pushing about 102. Always smoking something, he ain't worried about nothing, cause he ain't got nothing to lose. I got a thing for the wild ones. I got a thing for the wild ones. It's like he done. I got a thing for the wild ones. I got a thing for the wild ones. They like me too.
Yeah, I'm attracted to things that are really crazy. Asking me how I've been feeling lately. Coming for mine, then this do or die. Won't let it slide, no stealing faces, no back and forth bargaining, no bitching and arguing. A whole lot of problems living in Gotham. And Bunny's my Harley Quinn. Was raised in the dark.
Hey, that's Victoria Delatorre. Again, what I love about her is her ability to get in there, bang for the ball, do all the little things that it requires for the team to win. We don't always want to put the strikers on. We don't always want to put the QB on. We don't always want to put the receiver and the running back on, or the pitcher. You know, we're looking for catchers. We're looking for outfielders. We're looking for the people that are the glue to the team as well, man, because those kids are out there putting in no, she ain't scared at all. She ain't scared at all. You know what I'm saying? So we want to showcase everybody across the board. If the film is right, we want to showcase them. We want to put them out there. And like I said, you can see how her parents, when it comes to the camera, making sure that on some things they get a close up, things like that. It's important. Don't depend on your high school or your club team to get great film, because they're gonna do what they can do to film the whole game, not your athlete. So it's very important that you are getting that film so that when your kid's time to be showcased is there, they can be showcased correctly. Let's see. Again, I hate that there was the 2 incidents of the camera freezing or whatever the incident was. That sucks, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna keep fixing this thing so it continues to get better and better. That's insane. Williams should be looked at by CU. Oh, absolutely. Let's get into. Okay, look, I'm not gonna lie. This kid right here is a personal favorite when it comes to film. When when I was going through this young man's film, man, I was like, he's a basketball player. I want to say he's out of Arizona. He's a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, the kid is just, King is, the name fits, right? The name fits. This dude is an amazing baller for sure, man. I know he has a few offers. He's definitely going to play in college. That's not even in question. So you'll definitely be able to follow him from high school on. He's a 25, so he'll graduate this next year. He'll be going to school. We're just waiting to see where that's going to be. But you'll see. Here we go. This one's a treat for sure.
Angel on the track.
Who I think they mad, pissed off just a tad. I'm living how I wanna live, just tell them kiss my ass. Yeah, they look a little sad. Now I ain't tryna brag, but I'ma run it up like a drunk man's tab with a smirk up on my face. Sunshine in my pocket, got the boots without the lace. Snakeskin's what I'm rocking, got that Glock up on my waist. Oh, you better watch it, man. I'm bouncing like a rooster, yeah, I feel a little cocky. You might think that I'm a freak, cause I feel a little cocky. See me walking with a limp, cause I feel a little cocky. I might talk a lot of shit, put my hands up like I'm Rocky. I'm bouncing like a rooster, yeah, I feel a little cocky. First one in, last one out. Hustle real hard, but there's no doubt. When you talk about me, better watch your mouth. And I came up from the bottom, yeah, I'm talking about the south. Don't test me, don't do it. Got one cock, then I shoot it. I'm flexing, I prove it. Got mud all of my jewelry. Smirk up on my face. Sunshine in my pocket, got the boots without the lace. Snakeskin's what I'm rocking, got that Glock up on my waist.
Hey, I told y'all. Look, I told you about the kid, right? I told you guys about the kid. What I love about him is he attacks, right? I don't care if you're a guard, center, forward, doesn't matter. I don't care how tall you are, how short you are. The thing about basketball, for sure, you got to be an attacker. If you're not an attacker, I don't know what to tell you, right? You got to attack the rim like there's no other place on earth you want to be. And this young man does that, right? Amari, he's a monster, man. The kid is a monster. That J is silky too, right? That J is just straight silky. But great ball handling, great springs, right? Great shot, and just aggressive. You know what I'm saying? So for you guys that I've shown your film on basketball, hey man, the kid he's getting ready to graduate. Is a kid to look at for sure. I definitely like don't be afraid to look at other players. Stop looking at the NBA. If you in football, stop looking at the NFL. If you in baseball, stop looking at the Major League Baseball. Whatever else, if you're in high school, look one step above you. Sometimes you guys are looking too high, right? So then it looks like it's too far for you to get to, right? So if you're looking too high, man, that's unattainable. But you can look at the guy that's right above you. You can look at the guy that is right above you and say, I can do that. This is the numbers he put up in high school. This is the numbers that he put up. When you get to college, you can look to the pros, right? When you get to college, you can look to the pros and say, this is what it is. Now, baseball is a little different, right? But you can look at AAA, AA. Let's say that. You can look at AAA, AA, see what type of numbers is out there. Look at the low tier of people that actually get called up to the bigs, and then figure out what those numbers are. But the other sports, you stop looking up here. When you get to college, you can look up here. For now, just look at if you're in high school, look at college. If you're a youth athlete, look at your local hero. Look at the local guy in your community that's a hero, that's killing it in high school, and know that if you want to be seen, that's what you have to do, right? There you go. It's not rocket science. It's just knowing how to work within a system and where to look and what to do, where to be when you need to be there, right? That kid right there, man. The Who's Up Next show will definitely be following Amari on this journey, man. That's not even a question. That kid, we're going to follow all of these kids. And it's not like I don't like the rest of y'all, because Victoria, again, is amazing. You know what I'm saying? But Amari, man, that's, yeah. I love it. Love it. All right, this next kid, too, Brady's a monster, too. This is another one that came from Northeast Oklahoma Sports that was sent over to Complete College Prospect, shot over to the show. Again, another kid, plays QB, wasn't getting any recognition, not on a national scale, but when you see his talent, you're going to ask yourself, why is he not being seen? And again, there's too many athletes. There's too many athletes for you to sit at home and assume that the world is going to fall into your lap. For you parents, it's that extra effort. Man, I got up this morning knowing I had to shoot the show. My son wanted to go with his teammates to go train in the sand. I almost said no. Then I went and did that because I understand that in order to get where you want to go, sacrifices have to be made. There's just really no time for no. And with the way that things are going and where everything is heading, no just doesn't work, right? We got to help them get everything that they need to get this notification and this notoriety and everything else. And again, let me lock y'all in on the philosophy, right? If I come to your state and I come to your city and whatever sport you play, whatever it is, and I ask who's the best guard in the city, who's the best running back in the city, who hits the most home runs in the city, you know what I'm saying? Who's the best pitcher in the city? And your name don't come up in the top 5 to 10, you haven't done your job, right? You're not going to be seen nationally because you can't even get to the state level, right? Your name has to be discussed locally first, right? Once you lock that down, though, once you lock that down, right? Once you lock down your city, then you can move on to your state. That's when you can move on to your state, right? The next thing is who's the baddest in the state. Your name should come up in the top 10. If that happens, then you killing it and you can move on to the rest of the country. That's how it works. If you think I'm kidding, have a friend, go ask somebody in your city, go ask some stranger that knows the sport, right? That knows your sport. Maybe they got kids in high school, whatever. Maybe it's a coach of another school, and have them ask, yo, who's the top, whatever your position is. If you don't hear your name come up, if that's not what comes back to you, you're not on the radar. It's an absolute must that you brand yourself, that people get to see you, and if you're in Texas or California or Florida, yo, you got to work triple hard. That's hands down. They're too big. It's like four states in one place, right? So you gotta work even harder. But that's the philosophy, to be seen and to be known and to get what you need. You know what I'm saying? I see kids all the time, or parents that are like, hey, why doesn't my kid have any offers? Why does my kid have any, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's noticing my kid. My kid's not, none of the preps is talking about my kid. Rivals 24/7, whoever it is, you know what I'm saying, for your sport is not out there talking about my kid. Go ask somebody at a different school that your kid play who's the best at the position. If you don't hear your kid's name, something's wrong. Just being the best at your school doesn't do it. Just being the best on your youth sports team doesn't do it. You got to lock down your city, then you got to lock down your state, and then you can lock down the country. That's how it works. Look, I just gave you $1 million advice for free. That's it. Like I just gave it to you. There you go. You can have that. You can have that. Some of you are about to go out and find out you thought you were great and nobody know you. That's okay though. You still have time. You still have time to change that, right? You still have time to change everything about everything and be that young man, that young woman, and change the way your life is going to go. That's facts. All right, man. So here we go. This next young man, Brady, you'll see what I'm saying. Let's.
Signs on my battle lines, going to war again. Feeling the rhythm inside of my chest. All I need is just a pen. I know I was born for this. I know I was born for this. Don't care for the critics, my words are like physics, a force that they can't stop. They just don't get it, I think they forget I'm not done till I'm on top. I know I was born for this. I know I was born for this. Places, but have the same name. Cause we were born for this. We were born for this. We are the broken ones who chose to spark a flame. Watch as the fire rages. Our hearts are never tame. Cause we were born for this. We were born for this.
It's really all I can do is put my hands up, right? Another great athlete, doing great things, great ball placement, good footwork, throwing on the run, throwing from the pocket, scrambling, etc. You know what I'm saying? And again, swear he's a 25 as well. Yet it's not a river of schools showing up. This is what happens, man. Like I said, you haven't seen kids on this show that didn't have talent. They got talent. They're extremely talented athletes. The college door was barely open to begin with. With NIL deals, it closed a little bit more. Now that kids are going to start getting paid in college, it's going to close even more. So when you were growing up and your teachers and everybody was like, yo, only 1% of whoever makes it to wherever when it comes to the pros, they're going to start saying things like that about college because the door is only going to be cracked, right? And so you've got to do everything to get it out there, right? Coca-Cola might be I'm not saying I don't even drink soda, right? Coca-Cola might be the best brand out there, but they still put up commercials all the time. They still pay millions of dollars to put commercials up during Christmas time, on Super Bowls, on bowl games, during March Madness and everything else, right? They still spend that money. They still do what they have to do because they know they need to be seen because Pepsi and Sprite and everybody else is there too. So they it doesn't matter. So again, branding is going to be everything, man. So honestly, you know what I'm saying? Outside of repping Complete College Prospect, period, and that's because they do exposure. I mean, obviously, they do recruiting too. I legitimately didn't think that I would ever go in this direction when it came to recruiting companies as a whole, because there are some terrible ones out there. But it was asked, we gonna answer it. So the benefits of using a recruiting company, let's get to it so that we can answer these questions for the athletes and the parents and everybody else out there, right? First, let me explain how recruiting companies work. I think a lot of people think that recruiting companies are going to go out and actively speak on their behalf. I know what Complete College Prospect does. Like I say, it's exposure first, and then they help you with the recruiting. But the recruiting companies that all they do is recruiting, that's not what they're going to do. You're going to put your stuff on a profile, and then coaches have access to it. There's a few companies now that are receiving NCAA certification that will allow coaches are approved to use those companies because they know everything that they're going to get from that company is uniform. There's no favoritism. It doesn't matter who the athlete is. That's a new thing with the NCAA, right? But you are going to have increased visibility because coaches go there. Like, I'm sorry, just like when people tell you that stars don't matter, that's a lie. They do. They absolutely do. Every coach is stopping. Every coach that sees a star is stopping. I'm not telling you they're going to recruit you, but they're stopping. They have to. They can't afford to miss you, right? They can't. So it increases visibility. You get professional marketing behind you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go out there and try to build out your own websites, do all this other stuff. That's going to be a thing. They're going to, you know what I'm saying? Recruiting companies provide valuable advice when navigating a recruiting process. I'm telling you now, it's a nightmare. If you're trying to walk it on your own, it's an impossibility unless you're super connected. And there's going to be those, you will be able to find that one parent that's like, well, I did it all for my kid on my own and we made it happen. But I promise you could find 1,000 other parents that did not work. Hold on, we had a question. Dan and Miranda Williams, what content should Harrison be posting on X? If he's benching over 300, that should be on there. Now, the more important number is if he's benching over 300 and that's his max, that shouldn't be on there. Whatever he could rep 10 to 15 times, that's the number that should be up there. You know, if it's football, the standard for football is 225. So whatever, if he could rep that 25 times, that's something that should absolutely be up there. Hands down, coaches love it. Everybody, they're going to make them prove it, but it should be up there. Videos of himself, absolutely, he should put videos of himself up there, benching that 225. If he is video of him running a 4.540, absolutely. His NCAA number, height, weight, things like that. Height, weight should be up there. GPA, I don't know why everybody sleep on the GPA. It matters. Weighted and unweighted, both GPAs. Remember what I said, ACTs, SATs, that's irrelevant, right? NCAA doesn't require them anymore. Colleges still require them though. So, but there's different rules for athletes. So there you go. What else should he have up there? Any awards that he got. If he's an all-state guy, all-conference guy, that should be there, right? Those are things that should be up there. But let's get back to the basics, right? The number one thing that should be up there is his jersey number. His or her jersey number should be there. That's how they're going to track you. If I come across random film, that's what I'm looking for, so I know what player it is. Those are important things that should be up there. Those are things that's going to help with the marketing and branding of your athlete. If your kid is doing things outside of their sports, volunteering time at a local shelter or with youth athletes or in the community, you just saw the young lady that we had on, D. Krebs, got her award for leadership in the community. That's huge, and it should go up there because it's going to help with our recruiting. Those are all things. Anything that showcases your athlete in a way in their sport, in the Again, I apologize. We are having technical difficulties today. This thing is just acting up, so I apologize. Back to the question that was asked. Everything about your kids should be getting put up. Whatever they're doing in their community, whatever they're doing in school, in their community, GPA, the 225 in reps. Max is important, but not so much that it is going to matter to college coaches. Anything that will separate your athlete from the next athlete, that's what needs to be put up. Hopefully that's answering your question. If you guys are still on there, like I said, it's been a weird day with technical difficulties. But Dan and Miranda Williams, absolutely. For you guys that it clicked out, click back in. This is what was asked. That's the question we're answering right now. definitely something that should be done. We'll get back to the thing about the recruiting companies. I'll put that on next week's show so we don't run out of time. I don't want to keep you guys on here all day, but we'll definitely talk about that next week when we have another set of athletes and hopefully not all these stupid technical difficulties. Please, I'm truly begging you, right? Like I'm begging you. Go out and invest in a great camera. When the best film that I get is from the parents that take that focus on their kid. Again, someone's going to have to sacrifice. Someone's not going to, you might want to switch if it's a husband, wife every game. Somebody's going to have to sacrifice and not get to watch the game because they're going to have to watch it through a lens. In whatever sport it is, but you got to get that good film. You got to get good quality film and about your kid. Remember that the team's film is built to focus on the whole team. So they could take a camera, put it way out, film everything, and never dial in on your kids. So when we try to clip that or you try to send it, it just doesn't work out, right? So the film is not as good. But when you dedicate getting film for your kid, it shows and it matters, especially when it comes to recruiting. Coaches get a chance to see things that they might not catch in team film. So invest in a good camera. Athletes always remember that coaches are always watching, recruiters are always watching. It's not just about what you do while you're up or while you're winning or when everything works out. Sometimes they're watching what you're doing is wrong. Are you throwing your bats? Are you throwing your helmet? Is your head always down when you make a mistake? Things like that. There's a lot that goes into this thing, right? Especially when it comes to recruiting. There is a lot that goes into this. There are a lot of things that will get you eliminated before you ever really get a shot. Is it fair? I don't know. But these are the inside tricks. Remember what I said before I get out of here. It's an uphill battle. Sports have been around now for quite a while in the form that they are now. So you are currently starting to see that ex-professional athletes their kids are taking up all the space, all the air in the room, right? Like I said about the United States under 18 team, almost every athlete has a father that was in the NBA for basketball. We know that there are some other, outside of Cooper, there's some other athletes out there that are really good, better than some of those guys. But their parents' pedigree changes that they make the team before the average kid makes the team. Again, you heard it here. It's not for me to tell you. I'm just a messenger. Is it fair? No, but it's what it is. It's what it is. So what you have to figure out is how do you get in that mix and what connections can you make to get where you're going? And under those circumstances, recruiting companies matter. As long as you understand what you're getting, right? They're going to give you a platform where your stuff can be, some of it, and then that's the thing that will get you the extra looks from some schools. Not every college goes to every recruiting company or every exposure company, but they do freak with them. And so once you understand the what you're trying to get from them, then you can understand and not be disappointed. There are some terrible ones though that don't do anything, but there are some good ones that you get your money's worth. And so from a recruiting standpoint, that's important. You know what I'm saying? So but you have to start thinking about this thing like business. And there's no such thing. If your kid was 6 years old and just started in sports, I would tell you right now, start developing their brand. That way, when you get to high school, they're already comfortable in their brand. That's the key to it, right? It's not too late though. If your kid's in high school, start their brand. Start developing their brand. Start taking your kid out places where their brand can be out. If there's a local Baby Gronk for sure. If there's a local event in your kid's sport for kids younger than them, take your kid. Allow your kid to go shake hands with the people that are hosting it and other things, and get that on camera, right? And that will help you do what you're trying to do. But if you're not branding, you're losing. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell anybody, you're gonna lose to my kid because we've been branding him since he was 6. We've been branding him, but I'm a retired athlete. So I already know that. My brother is a retired athlete. You know what I'm saying? Like I already had the trick, right? So now I'm giving you the trick. Like I'm giving you the inside scoop on how to move to help your kid get where they're going as well. You know what I'm saying? To help your kid make this process a little easier. And branding is important, so please do it. Like, please think about it. Getting cameras, important. Getting pictures of your athlete in uniform, out of uniform, getting your kid on social media. All of these things are important. I just don't want to, the reason I say this is because I don't want to have another conversation with a parent who is devastated because they didn't have information. I had a woman ask me a question about a thing that she didn't know and said, did she cost her daughter a scholarship? And it was devastating to have to tell her yes. It was absolutely devastating to have to tell that woman yes. She asked it in front of her daughter, and I told you, you know what it is, the truth here, right? So I had to inform her that it was a mistake. Her daughter ended up at a JUCO. She was an amazing gymnast. She was better than her teammates, and her teammates ended up going D1. But she didn't have some information. And look, you'll notice what I'm telling you. Her teammates went D1, which meant her teammates knew the information and did not share the information. So if you think that your friends on the team are going to share the information, or parents, because you're friends with little Johnny's parents or little Parker's parents, and that it's going to help you out, that's not always going to be the case, because it's a competition. Everybody's not going to help you because that might take away from their kid. So please brand your kids. Please, I'm begging you, like, brand your kids. It's what it is. I just, if you were on the show earlier, you already saw it. By next year, they're already saying that the quarterbacks in the NCAA are going to be making more than the bottom half of the professional quarterbacks in the NFL. That's a year from now. For some parents, their kids are going to be bringing home about $1.3 million in a year, in 12 months. In 12 months, their kids are going to be billionaires. So if you still have time, or you still need to do whatever, you need to brand your kid, right? Brand your kid, good film. Please, I'm begging you, good film. Because someone like me is out there looking. Well, there's nobody like me. The big fella's the big fella. But someone's watching, coaches, someone. If the film's not great, it's not great. And then I'm going to leave you with this, and then I'll see y'all next week. Put your best film first, your best highlights first. If you do not grab a coach's attention in the first couple seconds with the first couple things that you do, that coach is not watching your highlight film, period. I don't even do it. I'm not recruiting your kid, and I don't do it. I'm not going to scour your kid's film to be like, oh, this was okay, this was whatever, but their best film is 3 minutes in. I'm not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. I'm not going to do it. And coaches damn sure aren't going to do it. They'll tell you to your face. First couple plays, first couple things that you do, you're welcome. First couple things that you do in the film is going to be the most important thing to the success of recruiting for your kid. It's important to look at your kids' highlights. Some of your kids are just out here making highlight film without even showing it to you. Parents, please get in there, because some of it is just ridiculous. It's terrible. They're putting up plays that make them look bad instead of things that make them look good. And we all know highlight ain't everything. We know that's not the whole story, but it's called a highlight for a reason. So your kids don't understand. We don't want to see all the film. We want to see your best film, right? We'll get to the things you can't do. But first, we got to want to pay attention to you. Please put up the best film. Hey, tomorrow on X, as always, the Who's Up Next show, you know what we're going to do. We'll put out the list. We don't even go look, right? I'm not even going to put eyeballs on no film today. Tomorrow, I start going through X. I start looking through everybody's film. CC Prospect starts looking through everybody's film. And then it comes together, and I'll put out the list of who I'm going to be cool with being on the show for next week's highlight series. If you don't make it next week, you can make it the week after that. You're always going to hear the truth here first, right? Doesn't matter if you like it, don't like it. It's what it is. Normally, I dip out on another thing, but I think that this has to be said again and again and again. It's a hard truth here on the Who's Up Next show. I'm going to see y'all next week. I'm going to end with the truth.
If you tell the truth, you're going to ruffle feathers. If you tell the truth, you lose your job. If you tell the truth, people think you're a bad guy. The truth is the problem that people have in society. I like to see the reaction to the truth.